It began with the bedroom door, a plain wooden panel with a slightly warped frame that creaked faintly every time it opened. He kept it closed at night, not out of habit or fear, but because it simply felt more comfortable that way, a way to separate the spaces in his small apartment, to draw a line between sleep and the rest of the day. There was something satisfying about hearing the soft click as it shut behind him, knowing the room was sealed, the light excluded, the hallway left out in the dark. But over time, slowly, quietly, the line between open and closed began to shift. At first, he blamed memory. He would glance at the door from the kitchen and pause, uncertain if it had always been slightly ajar like that, maybe half an inch, maybe less, just enough to catch a sliver of shadow where it should have been solid. He'd walk over, press it shut again, hear the latch click, and forget about it. Until the next time. Soon, it wasn't just the bedroom door. The narrow closet in the hallway, the small cabinet beside the sink, the door to the bathroom, all of them began to behave with the same subtle defiance. He would close them, turn away, return minutes later to find them open again by degrees so small it felt petty to mention, yet precise enough to notice. Not flung wide. Not ajar in the casual way a breeze or faulty hinge might cause. But opened deliberately, incrementally, consistently. He tested them. Closed the bedroom door carefully, made sure it latched, even gave it a small tug to confirm resistance, then stepped away, waited in silence, returned without sound. Still closed. He repeated the process, this time going into the kitchen to make tea, deliberately taking his time, never leaving the apartment. When he came back, the door was open by exactly 1 inch. The room behind it still dim, quiet, undisturbed, but the door itself no longer obeyed him. He told himself it was fatigue, or warped wood, or uneven flooring. He measured the angle. Marked the floor. Placed a chair in front of it. Nothing changed during the day. But after dusk, always after dusk, the rules softened. He could close the bathroom cabinet, walk into the living room, glance back, and the gap would be wider. He could push the hallway closet until the latch snapped, only to find it open a finger's width when he passed it again 10 minutes later. The apartment didn't creak. There were no sounds of movement. No gusts of air. Just openings, subtle and persistent. He started taking photos with his phone, before and after shots, timestamps included, and while the difference was barely perceptible, it was there. Pixel by pixel, inch by inch, the doors were opening themselves. He began sleeping with the bedroom light on. Left the doors all wide open, hoping that removing the mystery would remove the tension. But even that failed. One morning, he awoke to find the bathroom door, which he clearly remembered leaving fully ajar, now only slightly open, as if something inside had pulled it almost shut, and stopped at the last moment. And worst of all was the hallway closet. He never kept anything important in there, just tools, a broom, some boxes he hadn't unpacked since moving in, but something about the way its door behaved felt different, heavier. The angle of its opening always pointed inward, toward him, no matter where he stood. And once, when he passed it late at night, he could have sworn he heard a faint, breath-like shift inside, not loud, not rhythmic, but real. A suggestion of presence. He told himself not to look again. He looked anyway. The door was open half an inch wider than before.